ladies and gentlemen, it's been a minute or two, wouldn't you say? Folks, talk about a pretty shitty summer, but by fuck I've had the worst. Hang on. For we've gone from having a epic trip planned to having family emergencies, followed by family visits, followed by what I could only be described as one of the most hideous and painful gastric infections I've ever had in my life. Nublets, I was sat on the throne for 6 days straight. It was every hour on the hour where it could, and it was every 2 or 3 hours during the night as well. Folks, I had a week of hell, and needless to say, if it hadn't have been for the Andrex flushable wipes, I dare say my poor derriere would be like a frickin' supernova by now. Folks, it was hideous. In fact, folks, it was so bad that not only did the doctor come out to see me herself, but she threw me on to like 3 weeks of strong antibiotics. And a week after everything had settled down, she actually phoned me for an update. She says she'd never ever seen me in that bad a state with anything, be it the back or the other farm injuries or infections that I've had throughout the years. That was by far the worst. So yeah, it's been an absolute awful frickin' August. In fact, this is the first ride I've had out. I missed the entire of August because of this fucking infection, whatever the hell it was. So that's what. Yeah, it's August gone. And I mean, that was 2 weeks before August that it stopped with the nephew being across and the brother being across. We've got some work done around the house and whatnot, and then the wee bits of silage as well. And then last week in July, it all kicked off, and folks, that was the end of it. It really was. So yeah, that's me back. First day back on the bike after about 40 odd days, and I can tell you something, folks. All the endurance, all the strength I built up has gone. I've been on the wee bike for about 20 minutes, and already my arse is sore. And it's just like, oh dear God, it's just honestly, where do you go from here, ladies and gentlemen? Where do you go from here? But you can't complain with it out, I guess, folks. For the sun's out, the beasties are grazing, the grass is growing, and yeah, so of course the gardeners have just been. I was supposed to be out in the road an hour ago, but of course I get my motorbike gear on. Of course, everybody arrives at the fucking doors, so it's like awesome, like, you know what I mean. So that's been August, folks. And Carl, thank you so much for your email, mate. It really was a morale boost, bud. So thanks for that, and I hope that the pain of loss for your friend is starting to ease a bit, mate. But it'll just take time, lad. It really will. So bear with it if you can. But again, Carl, thanks very much for the email, mate. For it inspires me to get the leg over the saddle and do a bit, if you know what I mean. So thanks again, bud. And as for the rest of you, I hope you've had a better summer than I have, and now that the kids are way back to school, I hope you're enjoying some downtime if you can. That would be quite nice for you, like, you know. So, but sure, you know as well as I do, folks, it never ends. Whether there's something that needs doing or something that needs fixing, or you know, just the mundane existence that is life. And here we go, here's the pedalos out terrorising the country roads. And sure, they're taking no harm whatsoever. I'll give the old fellow away. I saw him about an hour ago past the house. He's doing well for sure. So, but again, couldn't fault the day like this here. Golfers are out, beasties are out, cyclists are out. I'm out on the bike, even though my arse is killing me. But LH, folks, I'm still. I mean, even though that's been nearly 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 7 weeks, 7 weeks. My poor my poor muscles in the lower bowels are still frickin' reeling from it, like, so it'll take time to recover from, for sure. But that's about it, folks. Honest to God, I've been laid up for. I even missed one of my little hobby contracting gigs because of that bollocks, and it was one of the big ones as well for Ryan, just out yonder somewhere. But actually, Adam and Charlie knows if I miss a day's ride or day's driving, it's something seriously wrong. For I've had breakages and all sorts, folks, and I've still drove on, like, so it was that was something else to put me down. But sure, it is what it is. I don't know if you can see that, folks, but that's a lovely day for the ocean view. I was going to call in there, but can't be bothered. We'll just continue on while the wheels are turning and the wind's blowing into the face. I'm hoping the dead cat will cut out all this wind noise, folks. For it's a fair old windy day for sure, without a doubt. I do love the old foot down greeting. It's nice, you know. It's actually nice being part of that community. No matter even though you don't know the fella that's coming towards you, just because of the fact he's on a bike, you still wave and you still acknowledge, like, and it's nice. But so here we go. There's a breeze coming in the element, but there you go. That's the sort of view we've got today. Absolutely beautiful. Folks down on the beach with their wee doggo, just rocking life, enjoying themselves the way it fucking should be. And there's us out for a sunny day's ride. You can tell autumn's approaching, folks. For what have I got? I've 18 degrees in the TFT, and there's still a bit of a salty nip in the air. So that's for half the leaves already are starting to fall off the trees, turning brown and whatnot. But as long as we continue on with wee days like this here, sure. Happy days, folks, happy days. And there they go, the farmer boys with the sandwiches in the gob. God love them. But it's nice to get out, folks, just to see what's going on with the surroundings and whatnot. But you sort of miss it when you're cooped up in the house. God, that is, hang on. Folks, I didn't realise it was that windy today, but I'm getting a hell of a lot of buffeting for some strange bloody reason. But sure, it is what it is. I mean, the hedges are still enough and the trees are still enough, but I am getting hammered. Oh, it's coming from the side, that's why. Oh, yes. Oh well, never mind. That's sure, that's why we've got windscreens on the helmets. To keep the wind out. Funny enough, that's why they're called the window screens. Sure. Folks, I'm just rambling on here. To be honest with you, I've got absolutely nothing. I have got some news, but I'll leave that for when I get parked up in a bit. For I know this old noisy shit's something else, but I tell you what, in the meantime, folks, I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to give you a bit of scenery for this lovely day with a bit of tunes, and I'm going to enjoy the back roads here. So I shall speak to you when I get to Portaferry.
When I left here take their time. Darling, I better be on my way. Oh, you left me gutted the other day. And while I'm on my way, oh, let the whole thing just fade away. You see me, I hold my head to the fire, and you know that I can't seem to get along. I shiver away, I brave the cold for a while. If I knew that you warm up to me, and when you looked my way, I knew all the things to be wasted, the fall would be mine. When I left here without you, you said there needs to be patience, these things take their time. All the love I was tasting, you had to be mine. And if that works for you, I'll work my life away. I'll build a home to claim with you. When my work is through, oh my love, I'll be with you, no matter what you do. Darling, I better be on my way. Oh, you left me gutted the other day. And while I'm on my way,
folks, back into the village, whatever it may be. Is this clown stopped here for the sake of stopping here? I think he is. It's such a lovely day to be out and about, Super Troops, it really is. I could call into the Portaferry Hotel there for a coffee, but I don't fancy spending $9.87 for a coffee and a lump of sugar. So we'll take a wee scooch down the old Bloke road here to see what we can see. Not a hell of a lot, folks, for not much is going on this time of the year. So, before we, we're not going to end up the video yet. We're not, yeah, we'll try that one again. We're not going to end the video just yet, for there is something I do want to speak to you about, folks. And I shall do that very, very, very shortly. Is this the place? I think this is the place. Will it do? I think this will do, righty, folks. In fact, why not? How the hell we... Oh, there we go. We'll call it, we'll turn her off there for a minute or two here and enjoy some picturesque scenes. Just Strangford up there, Portaferry over there, a wee harboury marina type place over there. I think that's a private one. I'm nearly sure. I think it belongs to the estate there, but sure, it is what it is. Folks, what I was going to say to you is, if for those who've been with me from the start, this is the spot where I made my first ever video with all the cars coming down and all the folks that I knew were stopping here and talking to me. So I thought it'd be an app that this is where it all began. This is where it all ends. For after an absolute shite year, after being let down by dealership, KTM and everything, I've decided to call it a day, folks. Sorry for the dramatic pause. Call it a day for this year. For I've got no plans for the rest of the year, folks. For like I've said, I've lost all my strength. I've lost all my endurance. My waist size has jumped up. I've gone from 38 to nearly 42. Some say it's the middle-aged spread, for I haven't put on any weight to go with it. But you know yourself, folks, when your clothes don't fit and you feel like shite, there's something seriously wrong, and that gastric frickin' thing didn't help either. So it's I've decided to call it to end it for the rest of the year. So this girl will probably go to be replaced by a BMW of sorts. I don't know which one, folks. I really don't. I was hoping to go back to Triumph, but now that Triumph now that Macallan has dumped Triumph, for apparently the regional manager was a fucking arsehole, and they were kind of hard to work with. So now that I haven't got a local dealer, that's gone. Honda, I haven't got a local dealer. The nearest one's Ballymena, which I'd love to try the twin, but I know really she's far too heavy for me, top side. So it'll either be the new GS, the lovely wee R12 naked one, but if she's too tall for me, then it'll be a second-hand one of sorts, just whatever I can afford, to be honest with you, folks. For like I say, not being a disabled old fucker that's not being able to work. It's your choices are limited, like, so it's that's that, like. So, but I just want to say, for all the folks who's been with me and joined me over the last couple of years, thanks so much, folks. For it's therapeutic talking to this old mic in the helmet, like, you know. So, and Carl, don't panic, mate. I'm not giving up at all. It's just a temporary stop while I rebuild what's been broken and dropped down. Am I getting a half decent picture here? I should be. So it's yeah, I need to work on myself, folks. And I need to get onto a bike that's comfortable for I mean, this is a lovely wee machine, but she's an off-roader. She's not a tourer. She's an off-roader, and I have her built for off-roading. So whoever gets her next will be in for they'll be in for a treat for sure. For, like I say, I think it's every upgrade you can get from Scots and Rottweiler, and to name but a few, like, and she's rigged for GPS, and like I say, you got the Scots dampener on it. What else you got? Oh, the Outback frickin' skid plate. I mean, that turns her into a tank. That would nearly stop a 9mm bullet. In fact, it would stop a 9mm bullet. Case saver and other bits and pieces on the other side of her, like, you know. So whoever gets her next will be in for a treat, like. But I need something that's comfortable, so I'll be looking at the ASA system of the BMW, the automatics or something like that. There, just for the older you get and the harder it gets, folks, as many of you well know, like, you know, especially when you're laden with injuries and conditions and fuck knows what else, like, you know. So that is that, folks. So again, thanks for all the clicks and whatnot. But fear not, we shall return in January. Well, or maybe February. Be realistic and say February. For we shall return with a feckin' bang. For there's places I wanted to go, and because of all the shit that surrounded this when I first bought her, and other bits and pieces, that's 2 years of holidays I've missed out on. So, and it's not going to happen again, folks. I mean, I got suckered into that whole YouTube. You'll buy the machine that you thought would help the channel. You know, we thought we'll do the ACT Portugal. We'll go over the mountains in Spain. I don't fucking think so. I'm nowhere near fit enough for that. So it's so I'll be back on the road, and we'll stick to the road up to Nordkamp and the road down to Italy and whatnot. And yeah, we'll just get out and enjoy ourselves, folks. Hopefully. So until then, folks, look after. Is that a seal? No, it's seaweed. No, that's a shame. That would have been nice to finish. A wee seal in the water there. But you see, you get wee birdies down here, there, and all sorts. So it's. I should have brought a cup of tea with me, to be honest with you. I could have had a picnic. Do that next time. Fuck it. But aye, folks, like I said, look after yourselves, folks, and thanks again, and hopefully we'll get back next year with a new machine, a new me, and actually try and make some fucking content and try and build this wee channel up. So for it's this whole YouTube thing, it's a farce. It really is. For if you're not part of the in crowd, and today it's not about the riders, it's not about the journey, it's about young girls who flash a bit of skin and whatnot. It's just the algorithm. It is what it is. For us, I know what five fellas like myself who've been out. One of them has just drove from Alaska all the way down through America, South America. He's in Chile at the minute, and his content is amazing. But nobody's watching it because YouTube's not promoting it. For he's not a girl. He's not flashing her skin. You know, he's not driving the at the minute bike, like, you know. So I mean, he's just one of many. But I've come to the conclusion I really don't give a shit about that. I really don't. For this is therapeutic, and I'll continue when I continue, for sure. So again, folks, thanks for everything so far, and we're back. We might see you before the end of the year. I'll jump on and wish you a Merry Christmas and all that bollocks, and a Happy Easter, and Happy Easter, for fuck's sake. Happy Halloween, dumbass. And I won't disappear completely, for it's a bit poo, that is, like, so. But I know you haven't seen me in a couple of months, and so I had to jump on and let you know what's been going on and whatnot, and our ups and downs. It's more downs than ups. And ups and downs would be nice, but I haven't got frickin' much chance of that. That's I think that thing's legally dead and all, like, you know, but I haven't had the certificate for it. Man, you know what I'm on about. Say no more. But here, just way over there, I can just twist round far enough, clinch you in the distance, or whatever it is. Well, it looks nice from here. It is a real nice day, folks, for sure. But there you go. Right, folks, I'm going to trundle on home and whatnot. You know, I think I'll leave this running, and I'll give you a shot of the I'll give you a shot of something up there. But until the next time, at some point, folks, look after yourselves, and just try and keep your head above water, folks, and try and keep the right side of the dirt. And until the next time, see you later, nublets. All the best. Cheers, you. One last view of that there. Look at that. Oh, it's pretty, that big sinking ship still there. What a frickin' waste. Oh well. Oh, see the big tower over in the distance? That used to be a mill of sorts. God, there's so much history around this place. It's unbelievable. Right, folks, again, look after yourselves, and sure, we'll see you when you see you. Adios, troopers, adios.